My kitchen too.
Our kitchen.
So why are we here?
We're here because Knorr has sent us to show you all how to make a mouth-watering sumptuous pot of Efo Riro using leftover stew.
There's a problem.
Tell me.
I have never made Efo Riro.
No way!
Yes, way.
Have you eaten it before?
I have, but I really enjoy it. I think there was too much oil in it, that's why.
Okay, this makes this episode very interesting because after cooking this mouth-watering pot of Efo Riro to make now, you will taste it and then you will now determine whether you have started liking Efo Riro.
Deal.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Now the most interesting part of this episode is that we're also going to be making it the healthy way because we are eating it.
Yes.
And it's time to
Chop better.
Okay, so we already have all the ingredients that we're going to be using for this prepped and ready to go. And like we said before, we're going to be using leftover stew. And then we have our vegetables of choice. We're using Efo tete, also known as green African spinach. And then we also have the pumpkin leaves, also known as ugu leaves. We're using chicken as our protein of choice for this recipe. And we're also going to be using some pomo and some smoked fish.
Oh, smoked fish.
Also fried fish in it. Then we have palm oil, of course. This dish cannot be complete without some Knorr seasoning cubes. And then we also have some crayfish here. We have locust beans, and then we have
garlic
and onions. And then we also have, of course, some salt. So let's just get started with the cooking process, and then as we cook, you guys will get to cook along with us, and we'll just tell you what we're doing per every step, okay? Okay, so to begin the cooking process, because this is Ihuoma's first time of making Efo Riro, she's going to be more of a sous chef.
Yes.
And I will be the chef showing her how it's done. And then we'll just pretty much season with some pepper, garlic paste, some onions, some Knorr seasoning cubes. So we're using some Knorr seasoning cubes, we're using the chicken flavor, and then finally some salt.
Just a little.
Okay. At this point, we'll also add just a little tiny bit of water, just to help the chicken steam up slightly. Yeah, so let's just let chicken cook up until it is nice and soft.
Chef, can I close it?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay.
I mean, while that is cooking, right, let's just have a little bit of conversation about healthy eating and healthy food. It was at that meeting that we had, and you were like, oh, that it was a little bit of a struggle for you eating healthy.
Yes.
Is it still a struggle?
No.
Okay, so
it's not. Ever since I became an eativist, whenever I go out or I travel, the first thing I go for is the salads. I just don't know why. Just love the lettuce, and I have become best friends.
Oh shit!
I love it.
Healthy eating is the way to go, guys. Shopping better and eating for good is actually the way to go, and it starts by what actually happens on your plate. Ooh, that looks good.
It smells good.
Let's give it a good stir. The water has dried up perfectly. That's exactly what I wanted. Things next, we're going to add the stew, and we're going to be mindful of the amount of seasonings that we're adding to the pot at this time.
Yeah, because we already have seasoning in the stew.
Yes, everything is like almost ready at this point. We just want to bring it together and then allow it to cook for just a few more minutes. We're going to add the cooked pomo. The pomo is already fully cooked, and then we're going to be adding some smoked fish as well. This is a loaded pot. There's no Efo Riro without dawa. This is locust beans. We're going to be throwing in some locust beans for some local flavor. Adding a little bit of crayfish as well. And then of course Knorr. The Efo Riro is not complete without some Knorr seasoning cubes. But again, be very mindful. And just maybe a tiny pinch of salt. Just a tiny pinch. And then I think crayfish is still lacking in this. Because it's Efo Riro, now we made the tomato stew with oil, and because Efo Riro is actually usually made with palm oil, we are using tomato stew, and we didn't cook the tomato stew with palm oil. We're going to add just a little bit of palm oil to this, just to give it that local taste. Yeah, like my mouth is already watering a lot.
Looks good.
Definitely looks good. So we'll just cover the pot at this point, and then allow this to cook for maybe another 5 minutes. We're going to start with the Efo first.
Did you wash this with warm water?
Yes.
Remember, green.
Wash your vegetables. What I like to do is I like to cover the pot and let it boil so that it doesn't make a mess. That's a trick. We save some stock when we're cooking the chicken. We'll just add that just to make the soup a little bit.
I remember when you and I met at the Eating Days thing, and I told you that I used to cook my vegetable and I was like, now cook. You know, like, you're killing the nutrients, you know.
If I was saving this in the freezer, I'll take it out at this point.
At this point.
Yeah. But because we're eating it now, we'll just leave it to cook for another 1 minute and that's it. Okay, time for us to eat.
And chop better.
Let's chop better.
Let's go.
Girl, enjoy. This smells good. It tastes good. I've tasted it, but let's see what she thinks. No, jokes apart.
No, jokes apart.
Do you like it? Do you like
love
Efo Riro? Would you say you like Efo Riro?
I love it. I would definitely make it. If this is how I'm going to make it, yes, I would. Still nice.
So don't overcook your veggies. Okay?
Yep. So, and the pomo is still soft.
Oh, this is really nice.
It is. It was a good idea to put that crayfish.
This is really, really, really nice. This is eating for good.
It is. Thank you, Kuno.
Thanks, Kuno.